Hello, managers. I'm happy to be back. I'm here to say this commish notes. Well, it's probably gonna be lame, but y'all are gonna watch it anyway. So here we go, boys. All right, let's start off like we do every week. Let me pull out the handy dandy notebook. You see it right there? It's where I keep some of my good notes, some of my good stats for the week that I want to talk about. But first, I'm gonna go with the standings first and foremost because that's what we're here for. I'm gonna let y'all know right now if I pause for a second because I'm looking up. Toronto is currently in Dallas playing the Stars. Really good matchup. Right now we're at the beginning of the second period. 18 minutes and 22 seconds left. Toronto's up 2-1. Hopefully by the time this commission note's done, it'll be tied or the men in green will be up. Standings. I tried that twice now. Standings. Bryant and Darshawn both 4-1. Number 1, number 2. They're sitting there at the top. Enjoy it, fellas. I'd rather be where you're at. Moving on, there's a bunch of teams at 3-2. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to be exact. So a majority of the league, at least majority when it comes to everyone else's standings. You got Ponchal, Aaron, Luis, J Nash, Sergio in that order: 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 3 through 7. There's 2 teams at 2 and 3. Number 8, DJ 2 and 3. Number 9, AK 2 and 3. And then you have 3 1 and 4 teams. Unfortunately, that would be myself, followed by James, and then Matt still at the caboose as he was last year. I said caboose. I think it sounded like I said camoose. Camoose. But yeah. What I like doing now is doing the odds at the beginning so I don't forget about them at the end. So let's go and ring them off real quick for you. Bryant, Darshawn, I have y'all both 2-1 odds. Ponchal, Aaron, Luis, 5-2. DJ, congratulations, you're at 4-1. J Nash 5-1. Sergio and AK, I have you at 6-1. Matt, myself at 10-1, and James is at 15-1. James, you know, it's upset nation, as you like to say. Feel free to bet on yourself, buddy, because that's going to be one heck of a payout, if you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's get into the matchups. What do we start with, everyone? Y'all know it. It's the Underdog Revenge Tour, baby. Coming in on their first win, going into week number 5. What's going to happen? Well, y'all know what's going to happen.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
We were this close, boys. This close. Anyway, so Luis sent me a message right after he won because that's how you and the league like to talk. Y'all don't like to say anything until after you beat me. You don't want to come beforehand. If you want to talk shit beforehand, that'd be great. Deering, that'd be great. Stop waiting till the end. I'm calling you out, AK. I'm calling you out, Luis. Anyway, what did Luis exactly say? He said, here's a quote for your commission note. Literally what he said, because you know that's Luis, so we love him. Calculated. He said his comeback was calculated. Let me tell you something about this matchup. I'm going to just get me out of the way real quick. So, OBJ, congrats. You finally showed up. 57-yard touchdown pass. Better than Eli, automatically. First touchdown of the season. So, I'm going to, you know what? Fuck this. Jason Garrett. We're going to clap it up, boys. 28.38 points. Solid. Then you move on. TJ Yeldon had a good start to this game. Had like 10 carries, blah, blah, blah. Next thing you know, game flow completely screwed him. Jags got down behind big because some guy named Blake Bortles is trash. So, yeah, game flow screwed him. Now, getting on to what I want to talk about. Luis's team. There's a couple things here. First of all, Mark Ingram coming back from suspension. Easily 10 times better than Alvin Kamara because that guy's trash. He's only averaging going into the week about 30 or so points per week, or so it would seem. But yeah, trash, garbage, trash can, dumpster fire. Get that trash out of the field. And we're just going to go ahead and, make sure Ingram gets his touchdowns. So that was nice. Monday Night Miracle, congratulations for you. But that's not really what bothered me. To be honest, I'm gonna be 100% honest. That's not what bothered me. So for a part of this game, for this week, I actually forgot I was playing Cincinnati defense, and the first touchdown that happened, Tannehill threw a ball, hit his lineman in like the head or something really stupid, right? And it just bounced backwards about 7 yards right into the pass rusher that just had missed Tannehill, who just turned around and it just fell in his lap. It was like one of the stupidest touchdowns I've ever seen by a defense. At the time, me and DJ were watching, and I just busted out laughing, and DJ didn't get it. And I was laughing. I was like, this is the stupidest touchdown ever. And then I realized it was my defense when DJ goes, aren't you facing them? To which I went from laughing to just shaking my head in a matter of 0.0000001 tenths of a second. So it was great. Then they capped it off with another defensive score because, hey, Cincinnati had 1 point combined in the last 2 weeks. Let's put up 22 against this guy. Anyway, let me talk about, you're going to be surprised. That also is not the thing that pissed me off the most. Here's what did. I actually have a video for you guys. Where's that? Jordy Nelson scored today, or, on Sunday. Let me clarify. And let me tell you what happened here. Not only did he score, but it was the worst officiating I've ever seen in my life. So, let me see if I can start this video over. Get it to it. Can y'all see this here? Let's see.
He made it in there without his body hitting the ground, but quick pass to the outside.
Y'all can't even see it very well. It feels like it's coming in a little lighter than it needs to be. Let's see. So I can darken it here. Fast forward to where you can see the play again. As you can see, 3 different players on Oakland are in motion.
What a fire drill.
You have the tight end Jared Cook. You have one wide receiver and a second wide receiver line up in the backfield. Look at that. As the announcers are yelling out, that's illegal motion. Not only by one guy, not by 2 guys, but by 3 separate guys, illegal motion. Because no one was guarding Jordy, Carr just decided to snap it. Didn't give a damn if anyone on his line was actually set. 3 of them weren't. But hey, you can do whatever you want when you're playing the commish. That's the one that annoyed me. I lost by 2 points. Final was 116.10 to 114.08. Also, they gave Odell a fumble when he was returning a punt. He actually didn't even catch the ball. It just bounced, hit him in the leg, and went forward, and they ended up picking it up. And they gave him the fumble for that, so that's kind of an odd. But regardless, even if I got that 2 points back, I still would have lost by 0.02, which would have pissed me off more. Next matchup, Darshawn versus Sergio. I'm bringing this matchup next because this was the tightest matchup of the season. This one decided by 0.12 points, 113.6 to 113.48. Unfortunately, Sergio did not catch a break in this one. It just seems to be a common trend. When people score against Sergio, he loses. When they just absolutely lay a dud is when he's winning. For Darshawn's team, Gurley. It's a Gurley world. 3 scores. That's what he does. That's why he's the number 1 pick. But then there's this guy named Blake Bortles. He just picks him up. He puts up, what did he put up? 24.6 points. Pretty solid, you would think, right? But then you actually look at the numbers. He fumbled once. He threw 4 interceptions. He has no business having any more than like 5 points on the entire day. But somehow he threw for 430 yards and a score and 24 points. He gets a respectable day for an absolute trash outing. I don't even know if I said, did he fumbled too? I said 4 interceptions, but he fumbled too. 5 turnovers, and he still puts up nearly 25 points. What a crock of trash. Sergio did not deserve to lose this one. Literally, Gurley, like this game was decided at 3, and literally the second to last handoff or touch from Gurley got him enough yards. It was like a 10-yard run, and that put Darshawn ahead of Sergio and wrapped this one up. On Sergio's side, he had a couple good sides. Beretta, 12.1 points. He scored a touchdown, also got hurt. Looks like he might miss this week. It's questionable. They play on Monday night against Green Bay. But the big positive was James Conner put up 185 total yards, 2 touchdowns, 33.5 points for your boy. Sorry, Serge, it just literally was slightly not enough. 2 yards from anyone, and you win. Ridiculous. We're going to move to another matchup that was kind of unexpected, is what I'm going to say. So, Akash beat J Nash 110.32 to 105.80. For Ponchal, Barkley scores twice, both through the air, including a magnificent pass by Odell. Woo! Woo! No, I'm just kidding. But for real, Barkley he's fun to watch. If you haven't actually paid attention to those games, New York obviously isn't fun to watch. No one likes to watch the Giants. Like, you have to watch Eli. No one likes that. But Barkley is shifty. His cuts are great. He knows exactly when to hit a spin move to get leverage on particular tacklers. I mean, he's fun to watch, man. I hate that he's a Giant, but he is fun to watch. Eric Ebron, garbage time master, picks up the bonus in garbage time. Also had 105 total yards, 2 scores on Thursday Night Football. Ponchal was probably doing some, kind of Ponchal dance. Like, you can just imagine. J Nash. Well, he had a Monday night nightmare. What I mean by this is he needed 16 points from Alvin Kamara and Michael Thomas. They got him a combined 11.3. Alvin Kamara, Michael Thomas. Alvin Kamara, Michael Thomas. Guys that have been dominating. And not only rub salt in the wound here, but you have the situation where New Orleans put up like 17,000 points on Monday Night Football. And those guys just weren't included. They just didn't get the job done. I think I want to say Kamara had 39 total yards. I mean, I told you he's a scrub. It's Mark Ingram show now, boys. Start score, baby! Woo! Sagan! Let's go! Seggy! Oh, that was perfect. I was really hoping they would score so I could just do that because I know how much y'all all love hockey talk. Dallas Stars. Dallas Stars. Anyway. Who was I talking about? Oh, J-Dash. Also, it hurts when he pees, boys. Ertz, 20 points, doing his thing. Got some free yardage right there at the end of the game and garbage time there as well. But picked up a touchdown in garbage time. And anytime you can get garbage time touchdowns, it is awesome. As someone that just great, this game's out of hand. And the next thing you know, your guy ends up in the end zone. And you're like, 6 points. 6 points. But no, on that drive, I think he got like 8 points something. Or wait, no, he got like 20 yards, 15 yards. So yeah, he got about 9 and 9.5 points. So that's crazy on just the last drive that they had. Moving on to the next matchup, Bryant, the top dog after week 5, versus AK. This was another decent matchup, 131.78 to 124.04. So right there, you're looking at about a 7 or so swing, just under 8 points. On this, Aaron Rodgers explodes for 37.68 points. They were basically in catch-up mode in this one. Oh, Tyler Picklick almost made us give us the lead. What a save by Fredericks. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate for Stars fans. But it's a tie game against the highly anticipated blowing up offense known as the Toronto Maple Leafs, led there by none other than Jonathan Tavares and US's own Austin Matthews. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers doing his thing. But the odd guy. Why I say the odd guy? The crowbar! 219 yards on the ground and a score sets a Jets all-time record for rushing yards in a single game. Not to mention, Bilal Powell had 99 yards of his own. Those are the 2 running backs. They ran for over 300 yards combined. That's ridiculous. That's just actually sad, and Denver should be ashamed of themselves. Crowbar continues to put up numbers almost week in and week out. To be completely frank with you guys, I don't understand how. I don't think he's good. But what do I know? I mean, he's showing up this year, and he's just completely mopping the floor with some teams, and he's finding the end zone consistently, which what you want from your players. When you look at AK's side of it, Demaryius Thomas finally woke up with a garbage time touchdown. I seem to think that everyone's getting garbage time this week. That's what it is. 19.5 points. He had 100 points or so and a touchdown. Okay. And all 3 of his running backs decided to score. So you have McCaffrey, Gordon, and James White. So I mean, that part of his team is solid. It's just everything just has to kind of click for AK, and right now it's just not. The next matchup, James. VR was a breeze week 1. VR is now turned into a freaking tropical storm breeze. I probably shouldn't go that route. I should just say like a tornado because that's kind of like unsensitive New Orleans or something since he has breeze. But lost this one 121.64 to 84.32. For James's team, Jay Ajayi, Austin Safarian Jenkins both go to IR. Ajayi, who's been playing with a broken back, tore his ACL apparently. I thought he was going to go on IR for the broken back, didn't. A week and a half or so later, there he goes with the ACL. So he's done for this season. James, you need to make a trade. You need to make a trade. You need to stop holding on to your guys. You have to make a move. Otherwise, you are going to finish in last place, and I don't see any other way that's any other likely scenario. But I'm going to talk about a positive for James' team. Drew Brees, most passing yards in NFL history. He got that on Monday night as he was launching to everyone, basically, besides the two guys I mentioned for Jay Edge's team, unfortunately for him. He put up 35.72 points, and like I said, just seemed to air it out regularly. And that's Drew Brees. That's what they do sometimes in the Superdome. And moving on to our last matchup, we have DJ versus Matt. Matt continues to stumble, now picking up his 4th straight loss. He lost this one 144.14 to 96.60. Congratulations, DJ. You had someone finally not go off against you, and you mopped the floor with them. So, DJ, stop complaining. You have a good team. You are now sitting in 8th place. You hold a playoff spot as of the moment. You control your own destiny. Shut your mouth. But seriously, shut up. On this one, DJ had Brady and Sony Michelle have a nice little get together there on Thursday night and just go bananas for 53.54 points, just completely living it up. I just want to let y'all know right now, the shots going into the second period were 12-11 in favor of Toronto, and right now it is in favor of Dallas in the second period, 11-2. Stars are really hounding them. Back to what we're talking about. Also, AB scores twice. Funny story. Beginning of this game, DJ is fed up. Fed up with Pittsburgh. He's done. He's trading AB. He doesn't care who he gets back. All of a sudden, AB scores, and he's happy. AB scores a second time. He loves them again. Oh, yeah, that's my number 1 pick. You were going to trade him 35 minutes before that. It's DJ, though. He didn't shut his laptop, though, so he's making progress. By the way, rumor has it he's got a waiver in right now for Marlon Mack. Oh my God. Anyway, but Matt had some luck on Thursday Night Football too. No pun intended. Actually, pun intended. Andrew Luck. 31.6 points. And then you look at it. He also had David Johnson, who I called out a few weeks ago, and who has just basically been finding the end zone ever since. 19.1 points as he scored twice and helped Arizona get their first win of the season. There are no winless teams anymore in the NFL. That's it for the matchups. On to week 6. Thursday Night Football is Philly going to the Giants. So we already know our boy James is going to be really excited as his team tries to kind of right the ship there against a team that's really sucking. And unfortunately, Toronto just scored on a power play and took the lead 3-2. So that sucks. But in this matchup, you have guys like Wentz, Jeffrey, Clement, Ertz going up against Barkley, OBJ, Shepard. So there's some fantasy implications in this matchup. Philly D, I think, is I forgot to mention they're on my team, but they don't do anything. So, there's some guys that could have a lead or be disappointed after Thursday. Also, waiver wire tomorrow, 9 a.m. Don't pick anyone up between 9 a.m. Otherwise, I'm just going to take someone off your team because why not? Apparently, y'all liked it the last time I did it, so I'm going to do it again. We had a trade earlier today. Corey Clement, Latavius Murray, and Jamison Crowder go from my team to Luis's team, who just beat me, to acquire Andy Dalton and Tevin Coleman because why not? Why not? You tell me a reason why I shouldn't do that deal. Next week, we have the Jags coming into town to play Dallas. We talk about Dak a lot, and yikes. Bryant's defense might have a field day because I don't know what Zeke is going to have to eat his Wheaties, eat some HGH, basically just go completely bananas if there's any hope for Dallas in this one. I honestly don't think Dak is going to want to play after halftime. Sunday Night Football, Kansas City at New England. That's going to be a very good matchup. I want to see that. I'd expect a high-scoring game, but, who knows? We'll probably be completely wrong since I just said that. And then on Monday Night Football, San Francisco at Green Bay. Some decent matchups there on Sunday Night Football. Monday Night Football, I don't know. I don't know if that'll be a great matchup. But that's what we have in store. I don't really have anything else for y'all. I really want to watch the rest of this game. If y'all have anything that y'all want me to add on in these commission notes, please let me know. I'll start adding them. Other than that, the underdog season is still here. The revenge tour is chugging along at 1-4. And honestly, it's going to be a fun little matchup this week for every single one of us. The teams that are 1-4, the three of them, you do not want to go to 1-5. I think 1-6 will probably be the mark that you're kind of done skis. But we'll see how it all pans out. Everyone, thank you for listening. And do I have a song I can play on the way out? I don't think I do, but I'm going to try to find something. Oh, there we go. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come